Hey everyone, welcome to our final presentation in Innovation and Value Creation Wheel. We are a team of 5 people. This is Andreas, Carolina, Juliette, Leonie, and myself, Olivia, and we're going to start this presentation with the elevator pitch. So our client in this project is Nextland, and they asked us to think about a go-to-market strategy for their Earth observation services in the sector of agriculture. We have our focus on large end-user companies, and these companies face the challenge to increase production while at the same time becoming more sustainable. And from this problem, we formulated our question as, how can Nextland help large end-user companies to master the challenges with satellite images? We found 2 solutions: cooperation with large end-user companies and improving resolution of images. We are going to focus on the second solution in this presentation because this solution is essential to reach more end-user companies and enables more and better application of satellite images in agriculture. To implement the solution, we made a 4-phase plan for the next year. We identified 3 employees and 4 external experts that should be hired, and it's going to cost 150,000 euros in total. We're excited to present this in more detail. Let's start with Nextland. Nextland is a consortium of 11 European organizations, and they are working together to use satellite data in a service delivery platform for agriculture and forestry. There are 3 focus areas in agriculture: support to irrigation, crop planning optimization, and early stress anomaly detection. Before we actually dove into the project, we started analyzing the market trends, pressures, and opportunities. And we realized that they are actually very well related to the service areas that Nextland proposed, and also sustainability. And they indicated that satellite images will increasingly be used in agriculture, for example, with smart farming or precision farming, which are really trends in agriculture. When we started the first phase, we first defined the problem. Like we said, how can Nextland help large end-user companies to master these current challenges with the help of satellite images? And then we went to define the market space. We defined 5 broad categories of target clients and did research into those. Those are food companies, pesticide firms, insurance companies, machine technology firms, and plant breeding firms. Then we also did research into the competitors and analysis, as you can see here, just to see what is out there and understand it. And then at the end of the phase, we also identified the most important stakeholders for our project and the expected KPIs. Then the second phase was about creating as many ideas and filters as possible. And we did this using different brainstorming methods, as well as interviews with potential clients, competitors, and Nextland stakeholders. This meant that in the end, we came up with 36 ideas in different categories, and also 24 filters in different categories. In the next phase, phase 3, assess, analyze, we narrowed down these ideas again. For that, we used the poker method by the VCW, and we applied it together with a very important Nextland stakeholder, Nuno Grosso, through several rounds of feedback. This meant that in the end, we kept 11 ideas, and these 11 ideas were, first of all, about anomaly detection, push notifications, or maps with red alerts for anomalies. Then they had to do with cooperation with different large end-user companies or specialized downstream services. We also had ideas related to improving the satellite images, so improving the reliability of data, the frequency of data, the resolution, and the cost of high-quality images. We came up with creating a network or community with downstream service providers, providing education and training material for large end-user companies, and showcasing useful satellite applications and their actual monetary value for end-user companies. The filters we kept were basically in 2 different perspectives. First of all, the Nextland business perspective. These were the 6 most important filters. First of all, whether the solution will generate profit, then whether it is driven by user needs and wants, whether it fits into the budget of Nextland, whether it's technologically stable and reliable, whether it is unique and difficult to copy for competitors, and whether it is scalable to other industries and regions within agriculture. The next perspective we had was the market perspective, and we had 7 filters for those. Whether from the market perspective it actually increases the production for our clients, whether it increases sustainability, whether it is user-friendly and easy to use, whether it can quickly be introduced to the market, legally, easily implemented, and whether it is using existing resources and initiatives, and lastly, whether the data collection is actually secure. And this is where Andreas is gonna take over.
Hi everyone, I will now take you through the rest of our presentation. In the fourth phase, with the kept ideas and the ranked filters, we move on in the value creation framework. And in this phase, we applied the value creation analysis table, which you see on the slide, where the 11 solutions were evaluated on each filter. Based on the value creation analysis, 2 solutions passed all the filters: cooperation with large end user companies and improving the resolution of satellite images. These 2 solutions are quite different, but as Olivia mentioned earlier, we see a clear potential of them to complement each other. We understand the most likely scenario as launching the improved resolution of satellite images, with the cooperation as a suitable next step in the process. Because of the limited time, the rest of the presentation will focus on only the improved resolution of images, as Olivia mentioned earlier. Based on our obtained knowledge about the possible market space, we move on to the segmentation of the market. As a European consortium, we see it suitable for Nextland to enter the European market for large end-user companies within agriculture. In this market, we have identified several different segments. Food, pesticide, insurance, and machine technology are some examples. As a starting point, we see the benefit of approaching companies with an innovative mindset, already being enthusiastic about modern solutions for precision farming, because these companies know the value improved resolution of images will give. Even though we see a clear potential for all the identified segments, we think the best choice is to initiate the process by targeting only one specific segment. In other words, we recommend a concentration strategy rather than a multiple segment strategy. The selection of strategy is mainly based on the limited resources of the project, and that we see the most direct application of the solution with food companies, and also a direct link from the food companies to the overall problem that we started the project with. As you may remember, that was increasing food production and sustainability in the agriculture industry. At a later point in time, the strategy could be expanded into a multiple segment strategy as well. Since the solution is to improve the resolution of the satellite images that already exist, we see the innovation strategy as a red ocean strategy. Based on our conducted research, offering images with the best resolution has a clear potential of beating the competition in the existing market space of precision farming. But we want to highlight that there is a potential of developing the strategy into a blue ocean strategy as well, because we see a clear potential of creating new applications with the solution as well. Anomaly detection is one example of this. Based on the choice of segmentation, targeting, and innovation strategy, we think the best positioning for Nextland is to aim for being the provider of the highest quality services. We think Nextland has the resources to take this position, where our solution will be the last piece to the puzzle. With the highest quality service in the market, large end user companies will look to Nextland to improve their decision making. In the fifth and last phase, we focus on implementation of and planning of how Nextland should enter the market. We do that with the 3 M's framework. The first point to consider according to the 3 M's is manpower. We did a more comprehensive analysis of the required manpower, resulting in the overview you see on the slide. In addition to hire a full-time project manager, sales representatives, and a customer support, we suggest using external consultants when developing and commercializing the solution. The consultants will be valuable both when developing the solution, but also later in the process if one experiences setback scenarios. After finalizing the scope of the project and the clarification of the concept with our key partners, we conduct the following schedule for the implementation of the project, starting at the end of June 2020 and ending late April 2021. The most critical point in the schedule is the development and testing of the prototype, but we think it should be possible to achieve within the selected time frame, as the high quality engineers Nextland already have, and also the external consultants. Lastly, we have developed a brief calculation of the expected cost within the first business year of launching the solution. The most significant uncertainty in the computation is associated with the hiring cost, depending on the time it takes to develop the solution. The choice of using consultants and not hiring on a full-time basis come from the belief of developing the solution over the previous shown schedule on the last slide. If there is a need for keeping the consultants for a more extended period, the cost naturally becomes higher. The sale and customer support do not have the same uncertainty, since we suggest hiring them on a full-time basis. That was all we had time for. We hope you enjoyed the presentation and see the same potential in the solutions as we do. We are now happy to answer any questions you may have regarding our project. Feel free to ask.